Ever catch one of those courtroom dramas and think, wow, this whole system feels like stuck in the past? It's 2024. Shouldn't justice have, gotten a bit of a tech upgrade by now?
But Mitch Jackson seems to agree.
He's got this really interesting LinkedIn newsletter, and his latest article, Transforming the Future of Law, 7 Groundbreaking Ways AI Will Revolutionize Justice, completely caught my eye.
And we're not just talking about, like, faster paperwork here, but a total transformation of how the whole system actually works.
So in this deep dive, we're really going to dig into these 7 ways AI could totally revolutionize justice.
Get ready, though, because some of this stuff is seriously mind-blowing.
First up, Jackson hits us with this idea of human-centered and holistic design.
Now, I don't know how you feel, but legalese always sounds like a completely foreign language to me.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone there. The current system can feel, well, downright intimidating, can't it?
Like it's just this mountain of rules and procedures, and somewhere along the line we kind of forget about the actual people involved.
Totally. What if AI could actually help us cut through all of that?
Like instead of just focusing on all the legal technicalities, what if we could use it to address the human side of things?
That's the beauty of AI. It can tap into data way beyond just legal precedent, things like psychology and sociology, and give us a way more complete picture of each case.
Like imagine a custody battle where instead of just looking at income statements and stuff, the system is also factoring in data from child psychologists.
We could actually put the emotional well-being of the child first.
Wow, that would be incredible. So we're talking about moving away from just deciding who's right or wrong.
AI could actually help us figure out the why behind what people do and find solutions that actually get at the root causes.
That's what we mean by holistic, right?
Exactly. It's about moving past that one-size-fits-all approach to justice.
And AI could be the key to making it happen.
So we're talking about a justice system that's actually more empathetic,
One that really gets the people it's supposed to serve.
And that brings us to Jackson's second point, empathetic and dynamic legal education. I feel like this could be huge, especially for people who can't afford a whole team of lawyers.
You're right on the money. Think about it. How many times have you been in a situation, like a legal situation, and you just wished you had someone to break down all that complicated jargon?
Explain it all in plain English.
All the time. Like, can someone please just translate this contract into a language I can understand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
With AI, that kind of personalized legal guidance could be, like, right at everyone's fingertips.
Picture this. An AI-powered app that walks you through, say, starting your own small business.
It could explain all those legal requirements, break down the contracts, even flag potential issues before you run into them.
No more shelling out tons of cash for a lawyer every time you've got a question.
That would be amazing. It'd be like having, a legal advisor right there in your pocket.
Ready to answer any question 24/7. Talk about empowering people.
Exactly. And by giving people that knowledge, we're not just making the legal system easier to use. We could potentially be stopping disputes before they even happen.
Think about it. A more informed public means fewer conflicts.
Faster resolutions, just a smoother running society all around.
It's that old saying, right?
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
You got it. And that actually brings us to the third way AI could completely change the game, shifting things from reaction to prediction.
Okay, so how would that actually work?
Remember how we were talking about how AI can analyze these massive amounts of data?
Like, to find those hidden patterns.
Well, imagine using that in legal situations. We could find those red flags in, say, a contract before anyone even signs it.
Spot those trends in legal cases to predict problems in the future. Even analyze what people are saying on social media to figure out where conflict is bubbling up.
So instead of waiting for a legal issue to blow up and drag you to court, you could deal with it ahead of time.
Save yourself a ton of time, money, and stress.
Exactly. And it's not just about seeing problems before they happen.
It's about coming up with much smarter solutions, too. Like, say there's a business dispute.
Instead of automatically jumping into these long, drawn-out legal battles, an AI system could look at everything and suggest alternative ways of solving it.
Stuff like mediation or arbitration, those are often faster, cheaper, and, a lot less aggressive.
Okay, so AI could help us move away from that whole fight first, ask questions later mentality.
Towards a more collaborative, problem-solving way of doing things. Sounds like everyone wins in that situation, right?
Absolutely. And that brings us to the fourth area that's, well, screaming for a revolution. how we actually make our way through the legal system.
You mean all those horrible legal procedures everyone complains about? I'm all ears.
So we're talking about ditching those mountains of paperwork, right?
No more getting lost, going back and forth between different departments. What if AI could make the entire legal process, like, smoother?
Easier for everyone to navigate.
Now you're talking. Imagine AI-powered chatbots,
Guiding people through the process, helping them gather all those documents, even getting them in touch with the right legal aid services.
Talk about a game changer for people who don't even know where to begin, right?
Exactly. And for legal professionals, too.
AI could be huge. Think about automating all those routine tasks.
Finding those hidden patterns in case law, managing everything more efficiently.
That would free up so much time to focus on the really complex stuff and, most importantly, give their clients the best support possible.
So we're not talking about replacing lawyers and judges, right?
It's more like AI becomes this super-powered tool to help them do their jobs even better.
Exactly. It's all about working together.
Imagine, like, a judge has to make a ruling, right? But before they do, they can consult with an AI system.
That system could analyze thousands of similar cases in an instant, point out all the important precedents, even highlight any potential biases to think about.
That kind of collaboration could lead to decisions that are more informed, way more fair, and, more consistent across the board.
It's like having an extra set of eyes on the case, but these eyes can process information on a whole other level. That's amazing.
But with all this talk about efficiency and making things easier, how do you make sure it's all, ethical?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And it takes us to Jackson's fifth point, embedding ethical alignment.
It's not enough to just build these crazy, powerful systems and cross our fingers. We need to build them with a strong ethical core from the ground up.
So it's not just about following the letter of the law. It's about making sure AI gets the spirit of it, too.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to develop these systems so they're making decisions out in the open where everyone can see.
They need to be accountable for the outcomes.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to check them as things change and make adjustments.
Think of it like, building a house, right? You don't just want a building that will stand up.
You want a home that's made for the people living in it.
A space that reflects their values.
It's about making sure that AI in law is a force for good.
Not just another tool that people could misuse.
Exactly. And that leads right into the sixth point, which kind of ties everything together. Continuous learning.
So we're talking about AI systems that don't just sit there. They're always learning and getting smarter, right?
Kind of like how our understanding of the law changes over time.
Exactly. AI can adapt to new laws, new precedents, even social norms that are, constantly changing.
This would mean the whole legal system would become more flexible, more responsive to what society needs.
It's about building a system that isn't stuck in the past, but can keep up with all the complexities of the 21st century.
So this isn't just about a simple upgrade then.
We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we think about justice. But here's a question. If AI gets as smart as we're saying it could, are we going to see it replace lawyers and judges altogether at some point?
A lot of people are asking that these days.
But Jackson's seventh and final point gets at this directly. Collaborative AI human decision-making.
We're not trying to replace human judgment. We're trying to make it even better.
So it's all about finding that sweet spot where AI and human expertise come together.
Each one doing what they do best.
Exactly. We need lawyers who know how to use all these new AI tools.
To analyze data, to find those patterns, and to anticipate problems. But we also need lawyers with that human touch,
Empathy, moral reasoning, the ability to really understand their clients and fight for what they need.
So no man versus machine situation here.
It's more about humans and AI teaming up together to pursue justice.
Wouldn't that be something?
We can take the best of both worlds to build a legal system that is truly just and fair for absolutely everyone.
It's a powerful idea, and it all comes back to what we were discussing earlier.
This idea of making the whole system more human-centered.
Absolutely. That's what makes this whole conversation so exciting,
We're not just talking about small improvements. We're talking about completely changing how we see justice itself.
I got to say, I am feeling really optimistic after diving into all of this.
It really feels like we're on the edge of a whole new chapter in how we think about law and justice,
It really is an exciting time to be thinking about this stuff.
And what's so cool is we're not just talking about some far-off future here.
This tech is being developed right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversations about how to use it the right way, ethically,
Those are happening right now, too.
That's a great point. And this isn't just for, the legal scholars and tech people to figure out.
This impacts every single one of us.
The choices we make today about AI and how we use it in law, those are going to echo for generations.
Couldn't agree more. And it's so important that everyone gets a seat at the table for this discussion.
You know, as we've been talking about these 7 points, this one big idea keeps coming back to me.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it's this idea that AI could do way more than just make our current system better.
It might actually change how we understand justice itself.
Whoa, no, that is an interesting thought. How so?
Think about it. A lot of our legal systems, they're built on principles and precedents from a very different time.
I mean, way back, before AI, before the internet even.
A lot of the tech we take for granted just didn't exist. And sure, those old principles still matter.
But maybe our definition of what's just, even what justice means, period. Maybe that needs to change as we head into this new world, you know?
So instead of just asking, like, how do we use AI to make our legal system less clunky?
Maybe the question should be, how can AI help us make the world a more just place, period?
Exactly. For example, we discussed how AI can help us get rid of bias in those legal decisions, right?
Which is huge, don't get me wrong. But what if it could help us see and address those deep-rooted inequalities in our entire social fabric?
Stuff that our current laws don't even touch.
It's like using AI to expose those injustices that we as humans just don't see, or maybe just can't fully wrap our heads around.
That's the amazing potential. We're not just talking about using AI to enforce the law as it is.
We could use it to create a society that is truly just and equitable from the ground up.
That's a powerful vision, and it just makes it crystal clear that we need to be having these conversations.
We can't just leave the future of justice up to fate. We have to shape it.
I am right there with you. That's why I'm so glad we did this deep dive today. It's given me a whole new perspective on this.
Me too. And I bet our listeners are out there minds blown with tons of thoughts and questions swirling around after all this.
For sure. This is a conversation that needs everyone to chime in.
So head on over to social media and tell us what you think.
Use the hashtag AI Deep Dive Law, and let's keep this going. What are you hoping for?
What has you worried? What's your wildest prediction for how AI might transform justice? Because, at the end of the day, this isn't about some fancy new tech.
It's about building a world where everyone, and I mean everyone, has access to a fair and just legal system.
Now that's a future worth fighting for.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. Until next time.